Hello and happy Thursday. I had to think about that really hard. I feel like it should be Monday because I'm starting off kind of a new little series again for you guys. So last week, Friday, I was crafting with my group of friends, a small group of us, and just three. And we had a great time, and it was fun to get together and just be together, socialize and craft and be socially distant and safe and everything. And that's the last time I brought you a card. So that was last Friday. And so I've been kind of waiting to see if UPS would stay on schedule because I know there's so much going on, and wanted to make sure that my box would arrive. And so I was doing some things around the house, and all of a sudden I looked out and there was a box. And so I almost feel like it wasn't my regular UPS guy because it wasn't where it usually is put either. So maybe he had a quieter truck too. So boy, did I dash out and open up that box, and just in a short amount of time I have already a new sample plan. So hi Lois, thanks for joining in. So let's see, before I get started, I had a fun little giveaway on this business Facebook page. My some of you were having trouble finding it. Some of you are friends with me, so maybe you're looking at my personal page, but it was on this page here that I had a giveaway, and on June 8th I gave away this fun stamp set. It's backwards for you guys, but it's ridiculously awesome, and it's actually one of the stamp sets that has been inspired by $1 Million Achiever, and so it's fun to give away one of her sets. Hi Laura, hi Amy, hi Linda, hi Sharon. Oh Linda, you're so sweet. Miss saying that you missed the videos. I can't believe when I'm out and about now that things are opening up a little bit more, how many of you are saying that you're watching and enjoying these videos. So thank you for encouraging me, because I think if you didn't say anything, or if I came on here and nobody is watching, I think I would have long given up by now. So I'm glad that you guys are tuning in. Hi Jean, hi Lisa. So yes, thank you for those of you who posted and were brave enough to post your selfie with your catalog to get in on my drawing. So I would like to do more of those because I think it's kind of fun, and I know some of you aren't comfortable with selfies, so maybe I'll do something like maybe some card or project that you're working on. Maybe you have to post a picture of that to win something. But so Leah Eurotech, you are my winner. She knows that, and so tomorrow I'm going to be putting this in the mail because she's my winner, with some cards, because she has recently ordered and earned some cards from me that I've been working on too. Okay, so hi Beth. And so earlier today, I went to a funeral of a sweet lady in the community, and something that that her grandchildren all expressed were her fantastic cards that she gave them. And they mentioned that every birthday card had a poem, and I have seen some of her poems, and she does put a lot of thought towards each person she's sending it to. It's not a random poem, it's about their activities and different things. And so sweet, sweet ladies. So never underestimate what your card can do in a person's life. To think that grandchild after grandchild came through and spoke about her cards and her poems, and hopefully the cards that we send out and the projects that we are creating have that same effect on others too. So keep creating and keep inspiring those around you, and maybe that can be some kind of legacy that you're leaving too. So I will get started on today's project. Ta-da! So this I am super excited about. I wanted something fun, something colorful, and this really hit the spot for me for crafting today. So let me tell you a little bit about my hostess that I'm doing card number 1 for today out of 3, Carrie Carrier, and she is from the St. Louis area, and we get together every once in a while when our schedules work out at the Okoboji, Ingham Okoboji Bible retreat. They put together a fun crafting retreat, and it's not just for card makers or scrapbookers. There's people there that love to latch hook, that love to crochet, that love to knit sweaters, and sometimes some people just go there to get away. Don't tell their husbands, but they just go to get away sometimes too. So anyways, she has a great group of friends and family, and so last Friday she contacted me and said, hey, can I get together and tell people and put together like a book party? And I said, absolutely, got that all started. And then I texted her back and said, hey, those that order, I'm going to be sending cards. Do you care if I do Facebook Live so that everybody can be inspired that may be ordering from your party? Because I have the code here. I'll post that later. It'll show up when I'm doing my video too. And so she said yes to that, which is a good thing because then you guys get to see more fun things, whether you're ordering or not. It's just kind of sometimes fun to see some fun things. And so yeah, so this whale bundle, yes, Lisa, I ordered the whole bundle. I had to go, do I want the bundle, which just includes the punch and the stamp set, and then the suite had some really fun stuff. So I think I'm actually just gonna make sure that my Facebook Live is working today, or that my internet's keeping up with me. And that way, if you guys have questions or comments as we go along, then I can see those and follow along too. There I am. So yeah, so that's working, and I think I'm gonna flip my camera around. Oh, before I flip my camera around, hold on. So behind me, on my table there, if you can see past my shoulder, is my UPS box that I just unloaded. So yeah, so kind of fun there on my table. I can't wait to sort through that because that's gonna be what I'm gonna be bringing you samples from tomorrow and Monday. So, okay, let me get my tripod switched around here, and let's see, and down. Okay. So I'm just going to get even a little bit closer. I know some of you have commented a little bit that sometimes it's hard to hear, and it's kind of one of those things. I almost feel like either you can hear me well, and the images are going to be reversed, or maybe it'll be such a thing that the images are the right way, but then you won't see me. So my voice sometimes comes and goes depending on when I get switched around. Okay. So once again, here's the card, and the little words are, you're kind of a big deal. And so, you know, when I see that, it's a fun saying there, but sometimes that can be taken as, yeah, you're kind of a big deal. And this could be given to an adult, and even for a little kid, it's kind of fun too. And so I'm going to show you the inside later and what I'm going to be doing with that. So, for the Whale of a Time suite, if you're following along or like to do that in your catalog, that's on page 94, 95, and 96. So lots of stuff. So 96 shows you the stamp set there, and then as well as other fun projects used. And so if you kind of can see what I see, what first caught me was all the fun paper. So the paper in this product suite is super fantastic. So if you're thinking, oh my goodness, how did they achieve all of those fun fish that are different colors and also bright, and how did they do some of this stuff? A lot of it is just done with the Designer Series paper pack. So let me show you the different things that come in the suite. So once again, here is the stamp set. And then if you bundle the stamp set with the punch, then there's a 10% saving. So yes, you can just get the stamp set. Yes, you can just get the punch, but buying it together gives you the 10% savings. So I want to tell you that. And then other things that come with it are some Pool Party shimmer ribbon. I'm not using it today, so I haven't even undone the plastic on there, but yeah, it's like a sheer ribbon, and it's got shimmer. You can kind of see as it catches the light, it's shimmery and really pretty. That Pool Party will be great for the paper. And then some fun little sequins, which I almost thought about using, but I thought there was so much to the card, I didn't want to take away from the pretty paper. So lots of fun sequins. And if you can look, boy, my camera's really staying focused well. You can see some of the little trinkets look like clamshells and such, but lots of different fun colors that will coordinate well with the paper too. So those are the sequins. They're not self-adhesive like some of our sequins are. They're loose in the container, but just a little drop of glue will help you to secure that. And then the Seabed 3D embossing folder. So this has a lot of detail to it. 3D, so you're going to kind of get that really texturized look, because it's going to give you a deep emboss and multiple layers of that too. So this is fun. This is all part of that Whale of a Time suite. And the thing that I've been bragging up the most, of course, is the paper. So today's paper, I'll show you, you can actually punch out the whales with the whale punch, but lots of fun papers. So this is the basis of the card today, and lots of just fun backdrops. These can be backgrounds or just kind of the basis of the cards and such. So all sorts of fun, bright, colorful things. This reminds me of Finding Nemo. So just fun stuff. And lots of different colors, and of course back sides too. They're a little bit more subtle, the back sides, but still lots of fun, and they're always great to have those for your layering too. So okay, so that's that. And once again, when I get started with my project, I always go, okay, so how am I going to get started? So what I did was grabbed the packaging that this comes in. So this is a 6x6. Often people like to know, oh, is that 12x12 paper? Is that 6x6? And so this is 6x6. So to come up with a card base, then I look at the different colors that are listed on here, and I knew I wanted to go blue. So then I thought balmy blue would be just a little too light. I wanted something brighter, so I chose the pool party, and that worked out perfect, I think, for this card. Hi, Jen. Thanks for joining in. Okay, so with that, I already have pre-cut my card base here. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm just going to set that aside, and then I'm going to pull out my trimmer. And hopefully this won't drive you crazy. These are one of those days where I am left-handed on some things I do, which is cutting. So your trimmer will probably look exactly the opposite. So when my trimmer's upside down, so is my paper. So sorry about that. That's just my little quirk in life, that in some ways it works good to be mostly right-handed, throw in some left-handed, because I feel pretty useful sometimes, but it's times like this where I might drive you crazy. Hi, Linda. Okay, so I want to just cut this down just a hair. So since this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, I'm going to do 4 inches. And then I'll pop down here to just trim off that little extra at the top, because I definitely want as much of this bottom as I can on there. 5 1/4. So just a fun thing. So you'll only get, like the one card front in here. There's lots. There's 4 sheets of this, and I bought a couple packs. So depending on how many people order from Carrie's Party, your card might be identical to this. It might be just a little different too, depending on what I use. But this could make a fun strip to start another card, or even the fun backside could be used for other little fun things. So I always save all my little pieces, because you never know when that is going to come in handy. So I'm just going to set that aside, and then next I'm going to stamp. And since this is a photopolymer stamp, the clear stamp, I'm going to want a Stampin' Mat. I'm just going to go off course a little bit and tell you about these Stampin' Mats. They were in the catalog. Use them all the time if you've been to my events. I always have them at the stations where you'd be using a photopolymer stamp, because they give such a nice solid ink when you put your cardstock down and ink up on there. But we all kind of squeaked, and that squeaky wheel gets listened to. So they took it out of the catalog and said it was retiring, but now they have brought that back. So they're not in yet, but they will be soon. So I just want to let you know the update on these, because they have been really popular and they work so well. Hi, Janet. Thanks for joining. So what I'm going to stamp out is the You're Kind of a Big Deal stamp here. And I'm just going to ink that up on my Pacific Point ink pad on some Whisper White cardstock, like so. And I will tell you too that this is kind of an idea that I have stolen from a Facebook group that demonstrators can join. And this card is originally from Nancy Forsberg. And so when I saw her stamping, I thought, oh, I like that dark blue. I almost thought it was navy, but I think it's, if you look really close, kind of like a little sketched, almost like when people are scribbling out and doing artistic things. I don't know what that is. I'm not artistic naturally. Like, this is my gig, and that's about as far reaching as I get. But if you look at the way that that is kind of, it looks like somebody that was sitting in a meeting and just kind of just scribbled that really well. So I think because there's so much scribbled kind of in there, it gives it a deeper ink color too. So hi Sharon, hi Wendy. Okay, so I am going to now cut this out. I had to think of the process and stay in order. And so to cut that out, I wanted to do just something simple and do the circle layered dies that have just like the stitch circle, maybe even, or the scallop circle to go around. But I just couldn't pass up this, you guys. So I wasn't gonna get the Tasteful Textures or Tasteful Touches bundle. It's in the back of the catalog. I don't want to talk a lot about it, but one of my team members said, Belle, you didn't get that? And I'm like, no, you know, I passed on something and I felt like, oh, good for me, patted myself on the back for like 15 minutes. Seriously, you guys. So then I kept seeing all these fun dies being used in all the fun shapes. So if you're browsing and seeing new things on Pinterest or blogs or that, I think you're going to be seeing me use a lot of these labels on different things. And sometimes if I think, okay, these labels will be good for a lot of things, so I really need the stamp set. Well, what happens is I eventually will want it. So I went ahead and got it right away. I do like the font style in there, but that 10% right there, again, makes me go, you know what, I'm just going to get it right away so I can get that 10% savings. So this is where I'm pulling out what I'm going to cut the sentiment with. So you're kind of a big deal. That is coming from that I just showed you. And I am going to take that round one. So here, let me show you again. Okay, so there's two sizes, and if you can see, they kind of have a fun little multi-layered cutting, stitching edge that it does. So I'm gonna cut it and then show you that. But there's two of them, so if you want to layer or even for different sizes, it's going to be kind of a tight fit. And then this is from that same set too. Kind of fun because it's just kind of just a different looking shape, and that is stitched as well, which is I'm finding out to be something that you guys really enjoy is that. Okay, oops. So these guys just pop right off of there. So you can see, I want to do a close-up. Look how fun that edge is on there. I love that it's stitched, and I love that it does kind of that wave on there, and it kind of double stitches in and out too. And then this is stitched in that fun shape too. So let me just pull those off of there. You can tell my my mat, like, things just stick to it because it is so well loved, but it's flat, it's not warped, so I keep using it. Okay, so I've got those pieces, and then the next thing that I'm going to do is pick a whale, any whale. And so I'm going to just kind of trim around a whale that I want to use here. And I have found, I counted ahead, there's going to be about 7 perfect whales on each sheet, and you get 4 of these sheets in your package. And sometimes I'm like, oh, do I really want to chop it? I could stamp it out, I could punch it out, but I love how this is colored, textured, and really is super cool looking. So what happens though is when you cut that out is, here's my punch, I had to find my punch, is when you go to punch it, sometimes it's like, oh, okay, how do I get that? I've went so far sometimes as to lick my finger and do that, but that's not fun. So let me show you a little trick that I have learned, and I use this quite often. So I just take my snail adhesive here, and everybody, tell me everybody has a strip of some sort of paper sitting in their stash, right on their desk probably too. I just put a little bit of adhesive right on there, and then I find this whale. Okay, then I now have a handle, so I can just put that whale right into my punch, and I can line him up, and I can move him around because this little handle is going to allow me to do all sorts of maneuvering. And then I just punch. So I just want the whale on here, but you can see there's fun little like spouts and little splashes. And then there's two little pieces too that you can use to build on the whale if you want to do some other additional layering and such. So sometimes if you're doing multiple cards like I do, then you can just take and rip off what you have used, use this little handle for the next whale, and so on. So yes. Hi Julie, hi Ginger, hi Amy. So sometimes some of that will stick on there because I'm punching and I punch off that handle too. Okay, so now we have this fun whale. So I think we have all the pieces here. So I'm just going to go with assembling. And so for this, I just am going to take my snail and such, and I put a little bit of thought, like I already told you, I could have added some fun sequins to make this look even sparkly or such, but there was so much fun to the bright paper and everything. I don't want to take away from that. And then I even could have added some ribbon, but I thought, oh, if this is going to be for like a guy card or something, then let's just keep it blue, and let's keep it in the theme of just kind of being with the whale, and save the ribbon for a different day. So then these two pieces I'm going to pop up. So I'm going to grab my dimensionals, and I'm going to put about 3 on my sentiment here. And so when I layered, I just put the sentiment right, taped it right on the white onto the blue, and then the blue is what I'm popping up. And then I'm just going to put just a couple of the dimensionals on the whale so that the tail can kind of overlap my sentiment like so. So I'm going to put this kind of up in the corner like that, like so. Okay, I want to make sure it's not crooked. And then this guy I want to kind of have diving in the reef, and then have his whale tail kind of come up but not cover up any of the words too. Okay, so that is completely done for the front, and like seriously, like not a lot of work because it just kind of comes together, and I love that, and I'm looking forward to using other papers to do that. Now for the inside, like I said, anybody who places a minimum $25 order, that's before taxes and before taxes and shipping and such, they're going to get the 3 cards. And so knowing that some people have different things that they might be using this card for, I have chosen to use the sentiment, hoping all your birthday fishes come true. And then I could have used bubbles or any sort of reefy things on there too, but I chose to use the fish stamps. These are 2 separate stamps, but what is fun is when you're making multiples, especially, I like to put the 2 stamps together on the same block. Not only is it easy, it's less stamping because I just ink up and stamp once instead of twice, but it also reduces the rocking. It kind of stabilizes my acrylic block so that I don't get any extra edges on there that I don't want. So I'm just going to stamp that right in the center, and we have, voila, that. How cute are those little fishes in there though too? So like I said, I was even thinking this could be almost one of those cards that you could use for graduation. You're kind of a big deal, congratulations. So those that are going to be getting the cards, the 3 cards, this is going to be the first one of the 3, then you'll be getting this inside. You're going to have the card made up by me, but then this is going to be loose in the inside, so that if you are thinking, oh, that's maybe kind of kiddish for what I'm using or just not it, then you can put what you want on the other side. So I'm just going to leave this loose when you get your card that way. So I think that is it for that. But like I said, I was really excited about doing something kind of nice and bright. Let me get my camera turned around here. Okay, so you can see me again, maybe. All right, so hopefully my tripod won't pop down. Let's see. Okay. All right. So card number 1 is done for Carrie's party, Carrie Carrier. And so, we have a play mat back there, and it just doesn't look very nice. We've been helping watch our grandson, and he thinks that's kind of fun. Okay, so hi Carol, hi Donna. And so, yeah, so that is card number 1 for Carrie's party. And so tomorrow, I will do card number 2, and then I want to take the weekend off. We actually have places to go, things to do. I'm pretty excited that there's some graduation receptions and weddings and things like that. Hi, Mary. Hi, Barb. So I kind of want to take Saturday off, but I'll be back Monday. So today's card number 1, card number 2 tomorrow, card number 3 Monday. And then Carrie wants to wrap up her party on Monday. So if any of you that were thinking that you know her and wanted to order, even if you don't know her, the great thing that I needed to talk to you guys about, because somebody did mention it, and asked me this question. So what happens if I live here and you mentioned Carrie lives in St. Louis? So what happens is you go on my website, www.belleharder.stampin'up.net. You can shop. You just put in her code, which was posted on my paper during the session, and then I'm going to upload the card and the code will be there too. And then when you plug in her code, she gets the credit and your order ships directly to you, and it ships immediately. So even though she's not closing till Monday, then you will get your things shipped to you maybe even before she gets her things too. So so that's how that works. And then you get the 3 cards sent directly from me to you. So that's how that works. And yeah, she gets the credit. So that was a good thing that somebody brought up. And some of you are like, you know what, I'm just not savvy on the computer. I don't want to do that. And so you can let me know and I can help you place your order. And I do that all the time. So you can call me, you can text me, you can email me, and just be specific with, hey, this is the person that I want to help out with her party. Hi, Lillian. Hi, Alice. So yeah, so then I can help you with that too, with ordering right here, because it's easy for me to do it all the time. Like I said, I didn't want to get so lengthy, so then of course I'm worried about like forgetting something that I wanted to say too. Oh, I know what. Okay, so Carrie wants to close her party on Monday. And then there was the other 2 hostesses that I've already done their cards for, Linda and Dawn, and they also want to close up around the 15th too. So if you're thinking of placing any orders towards those and getting their cards, try and get those to me by Monday. And then I still have 2 more hostesses, and you saw all that stuff. Can't wait to put ideas together for 2 more hostesses, Julie and Diane. So I will give you kind of the schedule of when I will be doing Facebook Lives for their 2 parties coming up too. So lots of ideas that I get to share with you guys, and I am so enjoying this. You know, things still aren't the same, and along those lines, you know, it's kind of still hard for us to get together. We have to watch what we do. Some things are completely safe to do, and we can be careful, but then when it comes to the events that I'm used to preparing for you, I even talked with my family and I said, you know, it's not so much the amount of people that are going to be here, and sometimes that is the case. It might be where the event that I'm used to holding it, where it's at. And we are all used to touching all of Belle's stamps, all of Belle's blocks, all of Belle's ink pads, markers, paper. And so that is something that I really have to watch too and see how that plays out, because number 1, I want everyone safe. And then you'd think, number 1, I want to see you and I want to see us all together, but we have to be safe to do that. So I'm keeping that all in mind too, because this might be, you know, just the best way to do things for a while. I'm trying to make the most of it, and I hope I can keep inspiring you. And I know that you guys have been making lots of fun projects, because you guys have been really awesome and sharing them with me too. So like I said, I didn't want to get lengthy, but I had a lot to kind of cover. So hopefully you're all having a great day. It's nice and sunny here in southern Minnesota, so get out and enjoy that sunshine too. So see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.